Hey guys, today we're going to be drawing cute little Baby Yoda. I'm using the iPad Pro with the Procreate app. Now you don't need these to follow along. You can use a white sheet of paper, a black marker for outlines, and markers or pencil crayons for coloring in. I also occasionally use a pencil to sketch first, so it's always a good idea to have that handy as well as an eraser. If you're new to Procreate, I also have a tutorial called 25 Procreate Tips and Tricks, which is great to watch first because as I draw, I will be using these fast actions. I will link that video below. For this tutorial, we will be using two layers which I've already created. The top layer is for outlines where we'll be using our black round brush, and the bottom layer is where we will be filling in the color. So I'm in my outline layer and I've got my round brush, and we could start off with the outline. So let's start off with his left ear, which is on the right side of the canvas. And then continuing on, it goes right into his head, down to his chin, and then we're gonna meet that ear. And then his right ear goes like this. And then he has like a huge collar. And then his right arm. And then his left arm. And then we can draw his fingers. And then we're just gonna close off that robe. And then working all the way down. And then his feet. I think he has like 3 toes. And then his robe has this middle piece here. And then for his eyes, and he's kind of looking up, and then he has these 3 little things on his forehead. I guess they're wrinkles. And then his eyelids. And then let's just change our brush to a thinner brush. I'm just gonna clean up the edges because I used a pretty thick marker. And I'm kind of debating if I should color the entire eyeball black or if I should actually make a pupil. So let's just try making a pupil first and seeing how that looks. And if we don't like it, we can erase it. But again, if you're on a piece of paper, you're probably gonna have to stick with whatever you're gonna be drawing. So let me just color that in. And then let me just try to put some highlights in that. I don't know, what do you guys think? Now let me just try to color the whole thing black and see how that looks. Yeah, I think I like this better. So let me just fill this back with black and I'm gonna redraw those highlights. And because it's all black, we're gonna do some big highlights here. All right, and now we can do a little bit of an outline inside his ear. And then same on the other side. And that's it for the outline. Now we can begin coloring. So let's go into our color layer. And I already have Yoda's color palette. So let's select the green. And then we can begin by coloring in. And then for the inside of his ears, let's select a lighter shade of that green. And then next we can do his fingers. And then his toes. And now we can do a little bit of shading. I'm going to select a slightly darker shade of this green. And then we can begin by shading inside his ear. And then picking a lighter shade, like that. We're going to put it at the tips of the ear. And then we're going to blend this all together. So using this blending brush, I'm going to make sure we're in our soft brush. We're just going to lightly just blend that. And then same thing over here. And then on this side. This kind of gives it a little bit more depth. And then because he's looking up, there's just going to be a slight shadow underneath his chin. So let's grab this color here just by holding your finger or the Apple Pencil, which will pull up the eyedropper, and then your color will end up on your color palette. So we're going to select a darker shade of that green. We're going to do the same thing, blend it. And same thing for the fingers. And also, I guess the top of his head should also be a little bit lighter. So let's just do that real quick. All right, so now for his robe, let's select this brown. I'm just gonna outline it and then just drag my color inside. And then really cool feature, let's select another brush. This time I'm gonna select just a texture brush. And then we can maybe just select a lighter color. And then do some texture on his collar. And then for the rest of his robe, let's pick a lighter shade of brown. And then we're going to select a darker shade for inside. And then same thing goes for the shadows. We're going to switch to our airbrush. Have a little bit of shading under his collar. And then get our blending brush. And then we can color the rest of the robe. And then for the middle, I'm just going to select just a lighter shade. And then we can finish up some of the shadowing. I think I just want to change the color of this collar because it doesn't really match. So I'm going to grab my selection tool and then I'm just going to freehand select just the collar. Then go into my adjustments panel, hue, saturation, brightness, and let's just try to see if we can match the robe. Something like that. I think that looks good. All right, guys, that is your little Baby Yoda. To get notified of more new videos where I teach you to draw, be sure to subscribe to Draw with Marina.